Hello and welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. I was busy all day, as I said in my last video, and so I'm just getting an opportunity to weigh in on the trade that sent DiJonai Carrington to the Dallas Wings. Now, yesterday, make sure you see this video if you didn't. I covered the Indiana Fever trading NaLyssa Smith to the Dallas Wings. Who knew that the two of them would end up together in Dallas? But so it is. ESPNW reported via X, DiJonai Carrington, the 2024 Most Improved Player, is heading to Dallas, sources confirmed to ESPN. Sources: Dallas Wings acquiring DiJonai Carrington. The Connecticut Sun are trading. No. The Connecticut Sun is trading. This is such a pet peeve of mine. I know you can take the English teacher out of the classroom. You can't take the classroom out of the English teacher. I'm going to start doing like the grammar edition over on my second channel. Okay, get it together. The Connecticut Sun is trading DiJonai Carrington to the Dallas Wings, sources confirmed to ESPN on Saturday. Dallas will also receive the number 12 pick in this year's draft and the rights to swap picks with Connecticut in the second round of the 2026 draft. The Sun will receive J.C. Sheldon and the 2025 number 8 pick. Okay, so this is the information that came out today that I'm just getting an opportunity to share. Again, yesterday we found out about NaLyssa Smith. Now, DiJonai Carrington. So, what do you think about that, Adrienne? Oh, my goodness. If you know the WNBA at all, you know the connection between these two players. I don't even want to get into all that. I hate even have to talk about all that. Let's just talk basketball. But they make it impossible to just talk basketball in the WNBA. All this other stuff. And the stuff is that one of the reasons, I think the main reason why the Indiana Fever got rid of NaLyssa Smith is because her head's not on straight wherever DiJonai is concerned. And it caused her to make some foolish decisions. I think, from what I can tell, that NaLyssa is probably a decent person, but she's dealing with DiJonai and she doesn't make right decisions. I think that one day she's going to look back at this time and realize I made a huge mistake. And prayerfully, she learns from it and she matures. But right now, her head does not function properly where DiJonai is concerned. And now the two of them will be together. Do I think that NaLyssa Smith wanted to leave Indiana? Absolutely not. This is the place to be. You finally have a coach that's going to bring the X's and the O's and is able to help you execute. This is what you want. That's why when Christy Sides left, she put the Indiana Fever back on her social media profile after she had removed it at some point. No, she didn't want to go. But finally, when it happened, all she could do is do what she posted yesterday. And that was like some slang for F it, let's do this. But no, that wasn't her choice. But then next day, DiJonai Carrington, same thing. Does she want to be in Dallas? I don't think so. I don't understand why anybody in leadership would think this is a good idea. We have seen the track record when they play each other. DiJonai is more important to NaLyssa Smith than NaLyssa Smith's team. And so I have heard Indiana Fever fans say many times, let NaLyssa Smith go, let her go on over to Connecticut and play with DiJonai, since she apparently thinks more of her than she thinks of her team. I have never thought that was a good idea. I'm like, absolutely not. Should the two of them be playing on the same team? Of course, then we were talking about Connecticut. And I'm like, no way. That's a horror story. No, they won't be in Connecticut, but they're going to be together in Dallas. And it's still a horrible idea. There's a reason why employers, apart from basketball even, often have rules that you cannot fraternize together. It messes with your capacity to function as you should as a professional. You don't want that dynamic there. And these two, I mean, they're occupying the same space, close proximity. So what happens if, okay, you may remember DiJonai went to social media when she didn't like that Christy Sides didn't give NaLyssa Smith as many minutes as she and NaLyssa Smith thought she should have. Well, what happens when it's her coach not giving NaLyssa Smith the minutes DiJonai Carrington thinks NaLyssa Smith should have, or that NaLyssa Smith thinks that she should have, or vice versa? What happens when their relationship ends? And methinks it probably will. Do you know that for a fact, Adrienne? Well, I don't think I'm prophesying, but I don't know. But what happens when the relationship comes crashing down? We know that many relationships break up. And I don't even like talking. We should be talking about basketball, but they've made it impossible because everything is so in your face in this league. And so how is this going to affect your team if the coach doesn't do right by DiJonai, or the coach doesn't do right by NaLyssa according to the way they see things? What does this do if they got an argument and now they got to play together and one doesn't want to pass to the other person, and you go, oh, they're professionals. Have you seen some of the stuff they've done out there? You might be more have more trust in their maturity than I do. You already see that DiJonai has a certain kind of hold, and NaLyssa Smith just seems to kind of be, to use a phrase from To Kill a Mockingbird, led by the nose as asses are. It's a quote from the best novel ever written, To Kill a Mockingbird. And their ages, let me see. NaLyssa Smith, see, how old is NaLyssa Smith? She is 24 years old. And then you've got DiJonai Carrington, and she is 27 years old. And she don't act like she's 27. And NaLyssa Smith, around DiJonai, acts like she's a lot younger and totally like, and you're putting that together. It just baffles me that anybody in leadership, leading a franchise, first of all, doesn't know the track record, and then thinks that this is a good idea. I think they're asking for trouble, because I think at some point this thing is going to it's going to come falling down. How is that going to affect everyone else? I mean, we do have Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bonner, and as far as I know, I don't know that Connecticut had any major mishaps there. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The league is in so many ways so ridiculously toxic. So I don't know all that, but we do know some things about DiJonai and about NaLyssa Smith. Listen, someone who at 27 years old is trying to ruin an Uber driver over music. Not a good idea. At 27, and then NaLyssa at 24, I just said, who gets involved with a skit about her own teammate and all this. And now you're going to put that dysfunction, because that's what it is, together. I hope they grow out of it. I hope the team manages to figure it out, but I still wouldn't, I just wouldn't do it. I think it's a bad decision. And I hope that the whole team and other people don't suffer as a result of it, or that these two ladies end up in a situation where work becomes unbearable because of personal situations. Those are my thoughts. It seems really obvious, and yet apparently people making these decisions don't find the obvious. Leave your respectful comments in the comments section and subscribe to the channel, of course, if you haven't done so yet. I will catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly. I don't know what news is next, but I guess we'll find out.